Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Lone Wolf, the Kingdoms of Terror. In the last episode, Karzie and I completed the Kai series of books and managed to acquire the Book of the Magnakai, which we are going to go through now. Here is Karzie, with me.
Hello!
And let's begin with the story so far. So we're Kai Master Lone Wolf, the last of the Kai Lords of Summerland and the sole survivor of the massacre that destroyed the warrior kinsmen during a bitter war with the age-old enemies, the Dark Lords of Helgadad. 3 years have passed since your triumph over the Dark Lord Hakan at the Tomb of Majan, and for the Northern Realm of Summerland. These have been 3 years of peace and prosperity. This is the longest time in between books, which kind of makes sense since the last series is over, and now we're beginning the new series, so we've got like quite a bit of time in between those two series.
I like to imagine we got a little bit of a beer belly going on now.
You're gonna have to get on that treadmill.
Yeah, we let the years get to us a little bit.
So since Hakon's defeat, the power of the Dark Lords has waned. Rumors abound that a civil war rages in Helgadad as the lesser Dark Lords fight for power and dominion over the city. However, there's a widely held belief in Summerland that your discovery of the lost Sumlending treasure, the Book of the Magnakai, is the real reason for their power struggle. The Book of the Magnakai is legendary in Summerland. With the wisdom of the Magnakai, Sun Eagle, the first Kai Grandmaster, instilled the disciplines into the warriors of Summerland that were to protect your land from devastation at the hands of the Dark Lords. The Book of the Magnakai was lost hundreds of years ago, but its wisdom was kept alive, handed down through generations of Kai, so that they too could share the strength to resist their eternal enemies. When you discovered the Book of the Magnakai, you gave a solemn pledge to restore the Kai to their former glory and so ensure the scrutiny of your land in the years to come. You returned to your homeland and, in the seclusion of your monastery in the hills, set about the study of the Magnakai disciplines. It was an exacting task, a trial of physical strength and mental fortitude. The seasons came and went, but you were unaware of the passage of time, lost in your quest for the knowledge and the skills of your warrior kin. 3 years of determined study pass, revealing the secrets of 3 of the Magnakai disciplines. However, the others cannot be learned by study alone, and in order to fulfill your pledge to restore the Kai, you must complete the quest first made by Sun Eagle over 1,000 years ago. When he had finally completed his quest, he recorded all his experiences in the Book of the Magnakai, but the script has faded with the passing years and now few words remain to guide you. Seek and find the Lorestone of Varetta, for this alone holds the power and the wisdom, are the few words you can still decipher of the Grandmaster's Chronicle. I'm imagining that was Sun Eagle's voice, because he's like thousands of years old, so I don't know if he lived for 1,000 years. But
old man voice.
Old man voice, yeah. Wise old sage. Although the verse is brief, you are not without hope. Few recognize the name of Varetta. It is one of the oldest cities of Magnamund, lying in the Stormlands beyond the Macken Gorge, far to the south of Summerland. So the Macken Gorge is where we got that dagger of Vashna from. You realize that you must set out upon the quest without delay, for the war in Helgadad will not last indefinitely, and the Dark Lords swore long ago to conquer your country and destroy your people. As soon as their civil strife is resolved, the victorious Lords of Evil will turn on Summerland and summon the creatures of the Dark Realm to thwart your quest. You must therefore act quickly and with secrecy, for your life and the future of Summerland depend on your success. And so, guided by the words of your ancient mentor, and with the shadows of the Dark Lord ever present, you set out on the quest for the Lorestone of Varetta, unaware of the wonders and the horrors that await you in the Stormlands. So pretty much
we have like our own organic quests now.
Yes, so now we're being proactive, because we've got the Book of the Magnakai, and for the 3 years, we've studied 3 new Magnakai disciplines. And we're going to basically rebuild the Kai Monastery and the Kai Order. And obviously, if that happens, the Dark Lords will get fucked over. It took them ages to destroy us the first time. So, now we've got Magnakai disciplines. So, I'm going to go through this page, just because it's a game mechanic. And then for the story stuff, I'll let you read it.
Okay.
So, during your training as a Kai Lord, and in the course of the adventures that led to the discovery of the Book of the Magnakai, you've mastered all 10 of the basic warrior skills known as Kai Discipline, which means that we've got camouflage automatically now, that we didn't have last time. After studying the Book of the Magnakai, you have also reached the rank of Kai Master Superior, which means that you've learnt 3 of the Magnakai disciplines listed below. It's up to you to choose which 3 skills these are. As all of the Magnakai disciplines will be of use to you at some point in the adventure, pick your 3 with care, and the correct use of Magnakai discipline at the right time will save your life. So it's pretty much the same as our Kai disciplines, it's just even better stuff now. So the Magnakai skills are divided into groups, each of which is governed by separate school of training. These groups are called law circles. By mastering all of the Magnakai disciplines in a particular law circle, you can gain an increase in your combat skill and endurance point score. So the more books we complete, the more extra. What the hell's the word for more extra? The
abundance.
Abundance. Yeah, we basically just stack up combat skill and endurance points. The more books we go through, and the more skills we obtain.
Okay.
But it's specific skills only, so we need to be smart about the skills that we pick. I'll show you that in a Yeah, okay. So over here at the bottom left, law circles of the Magnakai. There's the Fire Circle, Solaris, Light, and the Spirit. And they consist of different disciplines. So you can see here, Fire. If we have Weapon Mastery and Hunt Mastery, which is kind of like weapon skill and hunting, we get this additional 1 combat skill and 2 endurance points. Solaris,
okay.
Invisibility, Hunt Mastery, Pathmanship. So that's camouflage, hunting, and tracking from the lower disciplines but upgraded versions. Light is animal control and curing, and Spirit is Psi Surge, Psi Screen, Nexus, and Divination. So those would be the 2 Mind Blast and Mind Shield, Mind Over Matter, and Sixth Sense, all upgraded forms. So
okay.
This one here is the most powerful, but you can see it takes 4 disciplines to obtain it, whereas Solaris is 3, Light is 2, and Fire is also 2. So these bonuses are much bigger, but it takes a bit longer to acquire these. So we're going to pick 3 of these now. So Weapon Mastery. This Magnakai discipline enables a Kai Master to become proficient in the use of all types of weapon. When you enter combat with a weapon you have mastered, you add 3 points to your combat skill. The rank of Kai Master Superior, with which you begin the Magnakai series, means you are skilled in 3 of the weapons in the list below. So weapon skill, we only had 1 weapon we can use. Now we have 3 of these. I think it's going to be random. Or I don't know if we get to choose. But yeah, you can see here that's an additional weapon, the bow. We never had that last time.
Oh, yeah, you're right. We just had more swords.
Yes. So archery is going to be a thing now. So spear, dagger, mace, short sword, warhammer, broadsword, quarterstaff, sword, axe. They are all brought over from the last one. And bow is our additional. They might have gotten rid of a weapon, but I can't remember what it is. Because there's still 10.
Well, last time there was 2 options for swords. Since they were the most common weapon. So maybe they just took out that second sword.
No, because No, I'm not talking about the random weapon you can get. Oh, right, no, you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. Because you were twice as likely to gain sword as your ability from last. I need to double check that, but I think you're right. Okay. So the fact that you are skilled with 3 weapons does not mean that you begin the adventure carrying any of them. However, you will have opportunities to acquire weapons during the adventure. For every Lone Wolf book you complete in the Magnakai series, you may add an additional weapon to your list.
Cool.
That's pretty cool. So if you choose weapon skill, weapon mastery, write +3 combat skill points on your action chart, and tick your chosen weapons on the weapon list. So we can pick. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, we definitely gotta go for daggers.
Go for dagger again. Animal control. This Magnakai discipline enables a Kai Master to communicate with most animals and determine their purpose and intentions. It also enables a Kai Master to fight from the saddle with great advantage. So if we want animal control, we'll choose that. Curing is basically healing. The possessor of this skill can restore 1 lost endurance point to his total for every numbered section of the book which he passes, provided it's not involved in combat. It's pretty much identical. We can also identify properties of herbs, roots, and potions that may be encountered. So this is just healing.
Yeah, we could. It also said we could cure diseases and shit too. Now.
Yeah, disease, blindness, and any combat wounds sustained by others. So we had a weaker version of this last time.
Okay.
Invisibility, which is just an upgraded version of camouflage, allows us to blend in with surroundings, even in the most exposed terrain. It would enable him to mask his body heat and scent, and to adopt the dialect and mannerisms of any town or city he visits. Hunt mastery. We can never starve in the wild. We'll always be able to hunt for food, even in areas of wasteland and desert.
Nice.
So last time we couldn't do that in the wastelands. It also enables a Kai Master to move with great speed and dexterity, and will allow him to ignore any extra loss of combat skill points due to a surprise attack or ambush. So with this, we can never be taken by surprise in combat.
I like it.
Pathsmanship, just like the tracking ability. So as well as recognizing the correct path in unknown territory, Magnakai's skill of pathsmanship will enable a Kai Master to read foreign languages, decipher symbols, read footprints and tracks even if they've been disturbed, and detect the presence of most traps. It also grants him the gift of always knowing intuitively the position of north. Psi Surge. This psychic skill enables a Kai Master to attack an enemy using the force of his mind. It can be used as well as normal combat weapons and adds 4 extra points to combat skill. It's a powerful discipline, but it's also costly. For every round of combat in which you use the Psi Surge, you must deduct 2 endurance points. A weaker form of Psi Surge, called Mind Blast, can be used against an enemy without any endurance points, but it will add only 2 extra points. So you can't combine them. You either have Mind Blast from last time carried over, and if you want to use the additional Psi Surge, you've got to pay 2 endurance points every round you use it. And Psi Surge can't be used if your endurance falls to 6 points or below, and not all of the creatures encountered on your adventure will be affected by it. You're told if they're immune. So this I think we can pass. Don't really need it.
Yeah, we'll just keep Mind Blast for a while. We have like too low endurance to be messing with that.
That's the thing. Yeah, okay, I think we're still allowed to have Mind Blast, even if we don't have Psi Surge. At least according to this thing on the left.
Okay.
It's giving us all the lower abilities, but yeah, I hope that's the case anyway. We can keep Mind Blast. So Psi Screen is a upgraded version of Mind Shield. So many other creatures that inhabit Magnamon have the ability to attack using their Mind Force. Discipline of Psi Screen prevents you from losing any endurance points when subjected to this form of attack, and greatly increases your defense against supernatural illusions and hypnosis. Nexus is able to withstand extremes of heat and cold, and we can move items with the powers of concentration alone. So in addition to having telekinesis, we can actually withstand extreme heat and cold.
That's cool.
So like a little mini shield. And Divination. This skill may warn a Kai Master of imminent or unseen danger, or enable him to detect an invisible or hidden enemy. It may also reveal the true purpose or intent of a stranger, or strange object encountered in your adventure. Divination may enable you to communicate telepathically with another person and to sense if a creature possesses psychic abilities. If you choose this skill, write Divination. So we can only choose 3, as opposed to 5 from the previous books. What do you think?
I'm thinking Weapon Mastery, Curing, and Hunting. What do you think?
We do that, Curing and Hunting. Be that circle. So we'll complete the Fire Circle, and we'll be on our way to getting the Light Circle complete. Okay. That'll give us 2 extra endurance points that we need. I like that.
Okay.
So, weapon skill. We're going to choose the weapons. So, pick 3.
I'm gonna say dagger, sword.
Regular
Since we
sword.
seem to come across a lot of swords, yeah. And maybe it'll affect the Sword of Summerlanding for all we know. And the last one you can pick.
Bow.
You want bow?
I want a ranged weapon.
Okay.
Okay. That takes care of that. Next is curing. So we'll keep recovering during each page that we're not attacking. And the last one you said hunting, yeah?
Yeah.
Mastery.
That's, hunting seems to be like the most useful thing ever.
Combat skill is now 45. Oh my god. And endurance
Yeah,
points.
yeah.
So we've got an additional 2 endurance points because of the Law Circle of Fire. We've completed using Weapon Mastery and Hunt Mastery. Alright. Now that that's done, let's move on. So, this is for you to read.
Before leaving Summerland on your quest to the Lorestone of Varetta, you equip yourself with a map of the Stormlands and a pouch of gold. To find out how much gold is in the pouch, pick a random number from the random number table and add 10.
Alright, so 6 have been deposited in storage. I'm going to deposit, let's say just 20 for now. We'll keep 30 with it. I want to spend some goddamn... I want to find a shop. Come on.
Yes, I do too. Or a bank or something. I don't know. Something to make the gold feel like it's doing something for us.
Yeah. Okay, carry on from here.
You can take 5 items from the list below. Again, adding these if necessary, and any you already may possess. However, remember, you can only carry 2 weapons and 8 backpack items maximum. Sword potion. Hi, Jubilee.
We don't get to take a cat with us.
Aww. She could be a special item. She can give us, like, extra attacks or something.
Nope.
I don't know. Alright, well, we need the quiver, right?
Quiver, hell yeah. And it comes with some arrows, I think, with 6 arrows.
Okay. Is there any other special items?
We need a bow to use a quiver.
Yeah, we probably need a bow, you're right.
I'm going to deposit 1 dagger. Take the bow. So the bow isn't something we equip, it's just there for when we need it.
Okay.
Carry on.
Can we get that padded leather waistcoat?
I think we may have one. Yeah, we got one already.
Yeah, we do, you're right.
We could stash it in storage.
Wait, this padded waistcoat does different stats.
No, because remember, we made it so that all endurance points get split amongst combat skill endurance points. I'm kind of regretting doing that now because our combat skill is so overpowered. We could actually use the extra endurance points.
I like the all offense approach. This is
true,
fun.
actually, because we've got so much attack. We're not going to take that much damage from combat table. So it'll work out.
We just gotta 2 to 3 shot everything and heal our way through the damage.
Yeah, pretty much.
As long as we don't jump in a war, we should be okay.
Yeah. Okay, so. Yep.
Dagger, tinderbox.
We should still have
Interesting.
I think we've still got that fire sphere. Where is it? Cal fire sphere. That's basically.
Okay, never mind.
A torch. We don't need to take that. So we've taken just the bow and the quiver, so we've got 3 more slots. So we're gonna be back.
You can always take a potion, I guess.
Right, that's a potion. Got space for 2 more. Thinking. Dash a padded leather waistcoat in storage.
Okay. Just in case we lose it?
Yep. Padded leather waistcoat. Was it? Take that one. Go to our storage. We should find a padded leather waistcoat in here. We'd also find we've got one on us again. So our combat skill 200 points haven't changed. And we've got room for 1 more item. So we've got 2 more spaces. Got a rope or a meal.
Well, we don't need a meal anymore because we got super hunting.
Yes, that's true. So rope it is.
Yep.
And the cat cannot have the rope.
You want the rope, Jubilee? What is it, girl? Come to say hi. Oh, don't get on the keyboard. This is not a good time to get on the keyboard. So what are we now? A Kai Master Superior? Oh, that's our Magnakai rank. Okay.
So our Kai rank is Master. We've mastered everything.
Okay. Kai Master Superior.
Yes. So weapons, obviously we need a weapon in order to fight. If we don't, we have to deduct 4 points from our combat skill. If we have the correct weapon from weapon mastery, we get extra 3 points. So that's why our combat skill is so huge. This bows and arrows is a new thing, so you should read this.
You want me to read it or you read it?
You can read it.
Okay. During your adventure, there will be opportunities to use a bow and arrow. If you equip yourself with this weapon and you possess at least one arrow, you may use it when the text of a particular section allows you to do so. The bow is a useful weapon, for it enables you to hit an enemy at a distance. However, a bow cannot be used in hand-to-hand combat. Therefore, it is strongly recommended that you also equip yourself with a close combat weapon like a sword or mace. In order to use a bow, you must possess a quiver and at least one arrow. Each time a bow is used, erase an arrow from your action chart. A bow cannot, of course, be used if you exhaust your supply of arrows. But the opportunity may arise during your adventure for you to replenish your stock of arrows. If you have the Magnakai discipline of weapon mastery with a bow, you may add 3 to any number that you choose from the random number table when using the bow. If you enter combat armed only with the bow, you must deduct 4 points from your combat skill and fight with your bare hands.
That's not true. I saw Hawkeye fight with a bow.
Yeah? I've seen Arrow fight with a bow in close combat.
Yeah.
He can actually wreck some shit.
Okay, all the rest of the stuff is the same. We can access storage again if we want, but we've got everything we need. Let's turn to the next page. Rules for combat, exactly the same as normal. So here are our new levels of Magnakai Training. So we're beginning with the 3rd rank at Kai Master Superior, and we'll move over to Primate.
We got down evolved.
We'll unevolve into a Primate. Then we come Tutelary. Funny word, tutelage. Tutelary. Then Principalin, Mentora, Scion Kai, Archmaster, and Kai Grandmaster to finish things off.
Oh, okay then.
Okay, so this is the new mechanic of law circles. I'll explain it in a bit more detail. In the years before their massacre, the Kai Masters of Sommerland devoted themselves to the study of the Magnakai. These skills were divided into 4 schools of training called law circles. By mastering all of the Magnakai disciplines of a law circle, the Kai Masters developed their fighting prowess and their physical and mental stamina to a level far higher than any mortal warrior could otherwise attain. Listed below are the 4 law circles of the Magnakai and the skills that must be mastered in order to complete them. So, Circle of Fire, Word Mastery, and Hunt Mastery, which we've got. Circle of Light, Animal Control and Curing, partway there. Circle of Solaris, Invisibility, Hunt Mastery, Pathmanship. And Circle of the Spirit, Size Surge, Size Screen, Nexus, and Divination. So by completing a law circle, you may add to your combat skill and endurance the extra bonus points that are shown below. So we've got an additional 1 combat skill and 2 endurance points. And if we pick Animal Control next time, we'll get a Circle of Light, an additional 3 endurance points, which I'm going to strongly recommend we do that next time.
Okay, I'm probably going to be like, let's pick something more offensive. but I got to pick all the things this time, so you get to pick the next one.
Well, I think this law circle is kind of dictating the order we should pick, because it's probably best for us to complete the circles and get these additional endurance points.
Okay.
In my opinion, anyway. So all bonus points that you acquire by completing a law circle are additions to your basic combat skill and endurance scores. So improved disciplines. As you rise through the higher levels of Magnakai training, you will find that each of your skills will steadily improve. For example, if you possess the discipline of divination, when you reach the Magnakai rank of Scion Kai, you will be able to spirit walk and leave your body in a state of suspended animation as you explore your immediate surroundings unhindered by physical limitations. The nature of these additional improvements and how they affect your Magnakai disciplines will be noted in the Improved Discipline section, future Lone Wolf books. So, sort of like how before, when it asks us if you've reached this rank and have this ability, you can do this particular thing. It's just that thing again.
Still nifty.
Yes, pretty much. And Magnakai Wisdom, so basically it's just saying we can get through all the books no matter how weak we initially are with combat skill and endurance. And given our endurance was really low at the start of the series, that's why I'm focusing on increasing that now. Alright, started page number 1. How long did that even take? Wow, 24 minutes. Okay, we'll have to end the episode quickly. Well, the episode will be shorter in terms of story. A lot of preamble stuff to go through.
Yeah, we had to basically like re-roll, well, not re-roll, but add a advanced class.
Pretty much, yeah. Get up to speed with all the new mechanics.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's begin Kingdoms of Terror. The courtyard of the Kai Monastery is strangely silent in the morning you begin the quest. A blanket of frost sparkles on the battlements. The air is crisp and clear as you guide your horse down the steep hill track that disappears into the Highland forest. It is only a little later when you look back to see the tall grey towers of your stronghold silhouetted against the sky. You bid a silent farewell before entering the densely packed trees. You do not look back again. This time we will not whack our head off the branch.
Yes, we have learned. Branches exist and our head exists.
This reminds me of George of the Jungle. Watch out for that tree.
Watch out for that tree.
Alright, the long ride south is not without incident. On Raiders Road, the highway between the capital and the province of Runan, you are confronted by a ragged outlaw band. They demand gold, but instead receive a harsh lesson in the powers of Kai Master. You fight them and they flee in confusion, leaving 3 of their number dead on the highway. After this encounter, you are given a... We didn't have to do a combat section, it just happened.
We just kicked someone's ass, killed 3 people, and scared the shit out of all the bandits.
In flavor text, no less. No. After this encounter, you are given a wide berth by all the other unsavory characters of this bleak and desolate region. Yeah, don't fuck with that guy. In Ruanan, you are greeted with a hero's welcome by the Lord of the Land, Baron Vanelund. He and his people will never forget the debt they owe you, for it was your courage that once saved them from destruction at the hands of an evil renegade warlord. You are made so welcome by the Ruanese that your quest is in danger of being forgotten in the endless rounds of banquets and celebrations held in your honor. However, you cannot neglect your duty, and the time soon comes for you to leave the mining town and venture south once more. Long ago, the highway from Ruanan to Qualan was torn in 2 by a terrible earthquake that scarred the land for hundreds of miles. This deep crevasse became known as the Gorge, the Chasm of Doom, for its fathomless depths are cursed with a dreadful legacy. It was here, during the Age of the Black Moon, that King Ulnar killed the mightiest of the Dark Lords, Lord Vashna, whose body, along with the bodies of all his followers, was cast down into its bottomless reach. The legends say that his death cry will echo through the gorge until he rises again to wreak his vengeance on Sommerland and the House of Ulnar. You are eager to avoid the Chasm of Doom, and the long detour to the free city-state of Cassion is a far better prospect than a visit to the ghost city of the Makin. Gradually, the fertile plain of the southern Ruanan gives way to the sparse vegetation on the borders of the Dry Main. There, like a jewel rising out of the desert, lies the city-state of Cassion. You stay in the City of Merchants. Your stay in the City of Merchants is a brief but profitable one. A piece of luck helped by your Kai skills is a profitable win at the gambling house of the Silver Sage. With the gold you win, you replenish your supplies, and purchase a fresh mount for your ride to Qualan. A week later...
So we did a little bit of gambling.
Yeah, so did we get any extra gold in our pouch? No, I'm still 30.
We spent it all already.
A week later, you arrive safely at the outskirts of Qualan, and, in the evening twilight, find yourself gazing upon the fortified wall that surrounds this river town. To reach Varetta, you must cross the river, and only here at Qualan is there a bridge that spans the fast-flowing waters of the Qual. The highway divides as it approaches the town wall. There are 2 gates that provide access to its east side. If you've got pathmanship, 308. If we want to approach the north gate, 137, or the south gate, 225.
We're both going to this. We're going to the same place, so do we want to go north or south to get there?
Up to you.
We'll go north.
Alright, this is you.
A peasant wagon and a merchant caravan bearing the Toa tree emblem of Cassiord are waiting in front of the town gate. You bring your horse to a halt and wait in line as the great door of rust-red iron slowly creaks open. A guard appears and gestures to the wagon and caravan to enter, but he lowers his spear menacingly as you prepare to follow. The town levy is 3 gold crowns, stranger. Pay or turn away. If you wish to pay the levy, give the guard 3 gold crowns and turn to that page. If you do not wish to pay the tax and wish to ride past the guard, go to that page. Let's just pay the man.
Might as well use that money for something.
Yeah.
You enter a wide street where black iron lanterns swing above the doors of shops and houses. Their oily black smoke staining the walls and adding to a pall of gloom to the darkening sky. The street descends towards the River Qual, where flatboats lie moored at the rich merchant wharves. Quallen stands at the most northerly point on the river that can be navigated by boat and barge, and it is here that the river meets the caravan routes to Cassion and the Lastlands, so ensuring the future of the town. At the approach to a white stone bridge, you see an impressive looking hostelry with stables and outhouses. A painted shield hangs above the courtyard gate, proudly displaying its name, the Barrel Bridge Tavern. The moment you enter the courtyard, a stable boy appears from nowhere and bids you welcome. He takes charge of your horse and shows you the door to the tavern hall. It is crowded despite the early hour, and a roaring fire blazes in its great stone hearth. The smell of roasting beef makes your mouth water, reminding you that you have not eaten today. If you don't have any gold crowns, turn to 91. Otherwise, if you possess the Magnakai discipline penmanship or divination, 6. If you wish to take a seat and order some food, 172. If you wish to approach the bar and ask about a room for the night, 232. What do you think?
I say ask a room for the night.
Room for the night?
Yeah. Let's get some sleep before our journey. Oh. The innkeeper is a fat, oily individual with small, piggish eyes and a crooked smile. A grimy cloth hangs by a cord from his waist, which he uses to wipe the bar. He seems unconcerned that the filthy rag does little but smear grease further across the counter. "You are in luck, my friend," he says, rummaging through the pockets of his stripped apron. "We have 1 room left, room 17. He produces a plain iron key and sets it down upon the bar. 3 gold crowns in advance.
Let's take a look at this picture. It's like he's jerking himself
Digging
off.
through his pants. Yeah. Hold on. Let me check my natural key ring here.
Look at those eyes, man. This fat chin. Oh my god.
That's a
This dude's
big ass
jerking off.
lips and nose for such small eyes. You pay the innkeeper. Oh, we don't even get a choice. It just says you pay it. Remember to erase 3 gold crowns from your axe chart and slip the key into your pocket. You're contemplating an early night when your rumbling stomach reminds you need to eat. If you wish to take a seat and order some food, go there. If you decide to eat a meal from your backpack in privacy of your room, go there. Well, I guess we gotta eat. I mean,
should we order food or eat using our discipline?
That's eat a meal from our backpack. That's not from our discipline.
Oh. Are we allowed to? No hunt mastery allowed. Oh shit. So we have to order some food then?
Yeah, let's order some food.
Taking a seat that offers a good view of the hall, you catch the eye of a serving girl and order a plate of roast beef. He returns with a platter stacked high with steaming meat and sets it down before you. 2 gold crowns, if you please, sir, she says, presenting an open hand that is bloodied by the food. Bloodied by the food? What the fuck? You pay the girl.
Wow.
And settle down to your feast.
Suddenly, there is a mighty crash as the hall door is slammed shut. Into the tavern sides of the black-browed young lording. Into the tavern strides a black-browed young lordling, wearing a flamboyant costume of ebony and gold. He makes a ceremonious display of removing his velvet coat and pompously demands food and wine. It takes three serving girls and an innkeeper to see to his wishes. His manner is so insulting that you are not surprised to see the many scars that disfigure his young face. He must be continuously provoking fights and duels. The lordling chooses to seat himself at a table already occupied by a small, thin, inoffensive old man. Within seconds, there's a thunderous outburst of foul language. The lordling grabs the old man by the throat, lifts him one-handedly from his seat, and hurls him to the floor. "You sniveling toad! How dare you sit with me?" he bellows. Bewildered and frightened, the little man fumbles an apology, but to no avail. The lordling kicks back his chair and towers over the wretch, his hands clasped around the hilt of his sword. The tavern crowd view the scene with relish, like spectators at a Macedonian arena, for a lordling clearly intends to kill the old man.
Take a look at this pompous prick. Look at his face.
Yeah, what an
Dickhead.
asshole!
I'm gonna use that bone, stab it right through that fucking mouth of his.
Yeah, fuck this guy. If you possess a bow.
Yeah. No, I didn't even wait to ask. I know what I'm doing. With the speed and grace of movement that marks you as a Kai master, you load, take aim, and fire. Your arrow pierces. So the arrow being taken out, so it should have dropped down to 5 now. Yep. There should also be a tick chart here. Shows us the number of arrows. 5. Your arrow pierces the lordling's forearm as his sword descends, causing the blow to splinter stone, not skull. He utters a shrill cry and spins backward, cradling his wounded arm as he falls. "Curse you, scum!" he shrieks. "I am Rourke, highborn of the armory. I shall have your life for this. Mark my words." Trembling with pain and fury, he staggers to his feet and demands his sword and cloak from the innkeeper, before stumbling into the night with a welter of threats and curses.
Well, he was being a dick. He deserved it. "My humble thanks," says the frail old man as you help him to his feet. "I am forever in your debt." Taking him by the arm, you escort him to his table where he gathers up his scattered belongings. "My name is Cyrus. I am a magician." Oh, awesome. We even helped out a magician. He says meekly. Huh?
I think it's Cyrus. Cyrus.
Cyrus? Okay. He says meekly, as if apologizing for some weakness or abnormality. "I claim no great understanding of the arcane. My talents are modest by any standard. I only dabble in simple tricks, earning my keep with amusements and the sleight of hands to amuse the courtiers of Varetta. Your eyes obviously betray you. The old man is quick to note your sudden interest in the word Varetta. If you wish to ask him about the Lorestone, go that page. If you do not wish to question him, bid him good night, go that page. Let's ask him about it. Maybe he knows something."
The old man narrows his mousy eyes and looks at you with a cautious stare. "It is but a legend. Some say it contained great power. Others say its power existed only in the minds of those who crave to own it. Whatever the truth is, the Lorestone has been lost for hundreds of years." You sense the old magician is not telling you all he knows about the Lorestone. If you wish to identify yourself and tell him the nature of your quest, turn to 119. If you choose not to reveal your identity, bid him good night and turn to 239. We need to know about this stone, so...
Yeah, we should. Come on, we're Kai Master Superior. We don't need to be humble. Cyrus opened his eyes with such surprise that you could see the startled whites around his mousy brown pupils. "Lone wolf," he whispers, incredulously. "I should have known. Humble apologies, my lord. I thought that you sought the Lorestone for less than honorable reasons." Cyrus talks a great length about the legend of the Lorestone. You learn that it is a remnant of Varetta after the Sun Eagle's quest, where it's set into the throne of Lyris in the Tower of the King. Hundreds of years ago, during the War of the Lorestone, it was stolen by a Salinese prince called Kaskor. He set the stone upon a gold scepter and used it in battle to inspire his fanatical followers and crush his foes. He believed it made him invulnerable, but this was not so. He was killed on his royal barge during a battle at Rem, and the Lorestone was lost when the gold scepter fell from his hand into the depths of the river Storn. There was many accounts of the scepter being found, but they have always proved to be untrue or simply fanciful. It was said that whoever wielded the Lorestone was the rightful ruler of all Stornlands. For this reason alone, it was often sought by evil or unscrupulous warlords, and many have pursued the quest, all without success. Cyrus does not know where the Lorestone is. but he does know a man named Varetta who claims to know its exact whereabouts. Let me ride with you to Varetta. In return for the privilege, I shall take you to this man. Your basic Kai instincts tell you that his offer is genuine. You nod at your agreement and arrange to meet him in a tavern courtyard at dawn.
Nice.
Yay!
A shrill cockcrow.
We got information.
Cockcrow. Where does that sound so familiar?
I don't know.
Bro, cockcrow. The fuck? We don't have anything called a cockcrow in real life, do we?
I can do a quick Google search.
Cockadoodle-doo. What the fuck is an animal that goes cockadoodle-doo?
That would be a rooster.
Is it called a cockerel? Is that a thing? Cockerel.
Dawn. It just means dawn.
Okay. So, a shrill cockcrow heralds the break of day, which makes sense. By the time you have dressed and gathered together your equipment, Cyrus is waiting for you in the courtyard below. A glorious day, he says cheerfully, pointing up the cloudless sky with his slender oaken staff. We'll have no difficulty reaching halfway in by nightfall. You bid farewell to the innkeeper and his son, and urge your horses out onto the narrow street that leads to the West Gatehouse. By mid-morning, you are riding across gentle hills crested with yellow-leaved trees. The hilltops are shrouded with mist, but occasional rays of sunshine break through to lighten the lush green fields below. Time passes swiftly as Cyrus recounts the histories and legends of the area. You learn that the rich and fertile kingdoms bordering the River Storm have a wild and turbulent past, swept by wars, divided by empires, split by national rivalries, and the ambitions of petty princes who prey upon one another, and the rest of the populace. Lyris is embroiled with war with Magador, Deldon with Saloni, and Saloni with Slovia. Battles are fought, lives are lost, and the land is pillaged with grim regularity. Only the mercenaries and crows seem to prosper from the continual conflicts. It is mid-afternoon when you catch sight of a small village on the road ahead. There are many wagons parked at the side of the highway, and a crowd has gathered in a field nearby. As you ride past, you notice a large placard nailed to one of the wagons. Archery tournament. Entrance fee 2 gold crowns. First prize, the Silver Bow of Duadon. Oh hell yes, we're going to enter this tournament. Forget the second option, we are going for this silver bow. I wonder if it's like the silver arrows from Link.
Oh, that'd be cool. Cyrus offers to stay and look after the horses while you take part in the contest. He says that the archery holds no interest for him, but you suspect this is just an excuse to take an afternoon nap. You hand him the reins of your horse and hurry to join a line of men waiting to enter the tournament field. The event reminds you of a summer-lending village pageant, and the jugglers, the dancers, and the numerous sideshow all add to the festive spirit. Eventually, you reach the gate where a cheerful old lady is collecting 2 gold crowns entrance fee. You hand over your crowns and enter a large tent where the other competitors are stringing their bows. If you have a bow, go there. If you don't have a bow, go there.
Right, I'm gonna save here. I reckon we're gonna win.
You want that bow?
Yeah, I want the goddamn bow. Okay, so soon. A small flat-faced man dressed in a silver braided jerkin enters the tent and calls for everyone's attention. Quickly, he explains the rules that govern the tournament and then ushers you onto the range. At the far end of the field is a line of targets, each with 10 coloured rings marked 0 to 9. Each archer is given 3 arrows, with which he must get a minimum score of 8 in order to qualify for the next round of the tournament. Pick 3 numbers from the random number table and add them together. If you have the Magnakai discipline of weapon mastery with bow, add 3 to your total. Shot number 1. Get ourselves a 4.
Nice.
A 0.
Oh no!
Another fucking 0.
No!
No, that is not happening. That is not fucking happening. What? I just want to see what happens.
Okay.
If we get kicked out. Unfortunately, the score is too low. Blah blah blah, and then we move on. Okay.
We are safe scumming to get that bow.
That is such bullshit. Honestly. This isn't the most good either. Fuck is this? Alright, now we're talking.
Yeah.
What bullshit is this? Even with my extra discipline, I couldn't even get the score.
It was bullshit. Your score qualifies you for a place in the final. For only one other archer has scored more than 8 points. His name is Atlan, a tall man with rugged features, a ranger from the mountains to the north. He wields a longbow and an orange toa wood, and his skill with this weapon is formidable. It will be a difficult contest. Look at this motherfucker.
We could take him.
He's got no scars. He's got nothing.
Pretty boy.
Yeah, he is a pretty boy, isn't he? Look at that fucking Prince Charming hair shit.
This is interesting. Counted as a fight?
Oh.
Read from here.
The tournament is played out there using normal rules for combat. The only difference is that you begin with 50 endurance or target points. Any endurance points that you may lose are deducted from these target points. Your normal endurance score remaining unchanged throughout the contest. The first one to lose all 50 of his target points loses the tournament. You need not erase any arrows from your action chart during this tournament. So we gotta do 50 points of damage before he does 50 points of damage.
I'm not sure what this means. When you
I don't know either.
Your current endurance score will be changed to 50 target points. When you move on to the next section, your original endurance score will be restored. You may change the gameplay rules governing the archery contest up until you actually begin the fight.
So what's with the
Click this button to choose the old original combat scores for Alton. So he had 30 and 50. The new scores, the redone combat scores, he has 28 combat skill instead from a republication. So we can make the fight harder on ourselves or a bit easier. I think we can take him with the original.
Alright, let's do it then.
Because we have... What the hell happened to our bonuses? Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, where are our bonuses?
Oh, right, we're fighting with a bow, so we don't get to use the summer sword. That's a big one.
Oh.
Like we can just go and stab the dude.
I want the... Oh, we got the summer sword bonus.
What the hell do we lose then?
I don't know. Maybe the fact that we're not equipped with daggers? I don't know.
Oh, that could be actually. Dagger would take off 3 combat skill. Let's explain where the other one went. Oh my god, we just killed him.
Instantly kill him anyways.
This is a tournament. We fucking killed the dude. Oh my god.
The women cry out in agony as their pretty boy is slaughtered.
There's a footnote here as well. For this combat, you may not gain bonuses from a shield or any weapon other than a bow. In this case, weapon mastery with a bow grants you the 3 combat skill bonus points. A weapon mastery with melee weapons normally grants. Okay, so we got the 3 extra points from the bow, not from the dagger. Rather than adding 3 to each random number pick, which would not work for the combat results table. Other restrictions may apply, depending on your interpretation of the rules. And there's an item called a Jakan. I don't know what that is, but apparently if you pick a 0, then immediately it's 3 through 5. Okay, let's go on. So Atlan is the first to lose. Altan.
Is you or me?
Yeah, it's me.
Okay.
A loud cheer shatters the silence as your arrow strikes home. You have won. The villagers are thrilled to have witnessed such an exciting tournament and crowd around you to offer their praise and congratulations. The little man in the braided jerkin presents you with your prize, a magnificent bow made from the wood of a silver oak tree. This weapon will add 3 points to your total whenever you are using a bow, and are instructed to pick a number from the random number table. Enter it in the weapons section of your action chart as a silver oak bow, and make note of its particular property. So it's a special item. Nice.
Yeah.
Does that mean we can still equip it? Oh, do it on...
Oh, let's just
there.
drop.
Okay. So do we still need this bow then?
I don't know.
Oh wait, it adds 3 whenever we're using a regular bow. So it's like an upgrade. for the bow.
So
like
it's
an
just a
attachment.
special item, basically, but specifically for bow
I
attacks.
think it's like an attachment, something like that. Let's see here. So after making a short speech, I think so. So after making a short speech to thank the villagers for their generosity, you shoulder your prize and head back to Cyrus with the good news. Let's see this footnote. In all other instances where this bow is mentioned, it is referred to as the Silver Bow of Duadon, and treated as a weapon-like special item rather than a weapon. The 3-point bonus to your random number picks when using this bow can be added to the 3-point bonus you may already have with weapon mastery for a bow, for a total of 6 points. As with the bonus for weapon mastery with a bow, you may only add this bonus when determining the success of a bow shot. Okay. This is you.
A shock awaits you on your return to Cyrus. Both he and your horse have vanished. At first you curse him, thinking that he wandered off to a nearby ale tent for a drink. But when you discover his oaken staff lying beside the road, you sense that something is seriously wrong. You climb to the top of a parked wagon and strain your eyes in all directions for some clue to his whereabouts. Suddenly you see him, surrounded by a group of cavalrymen galloping away to the west. You count 6 of them, plus a riderless horse. Your horse. Then you notice that conveniently hitched to the back of the parked wagon is a saddled horse. If you wish to take the horse and give chase, go there. If you wish to find the horse's owner and offer to buy it, go there.
We're basically commandeering this guy's vehicle, so we don't even know where the guy is who owns this horse.
The only thing I'm worried about is if the guy is there and he's gonna be like, "Guard, stop him!" And we're gonna be like, "No, we can't stop. We gotta give chase." Then we end up fighting guards too. But I guess we gotta take the horse and give chase.
You have barely covered 100 yards when you hear a frantic cry. Horse thief! Horse thief! Don't let him get away! You tighten your grip and urge the horse along the highway as it dips and bends, following the low hedgerow that borders the tournament field. The cry alerts some men from the archery competition, and they soon appear in a line at the edge of the field. As they see you approach, they draw their bows to fire. Pick a number from the random number table. If you have Magnakai discipline of animal control or hunt mastery, add 3 to the number you've picked. Oh shit. Whew. 6 or how, we didn't even need it.
Arrows scream past on all sides. One shaft gouges the furrow of skin from the horse's rump, causing him to twist and buck. You shorten the reins and urge him forward. Your quick thinking helps you regain control of the frightened animal, and soon you are well out of range of the deadly arrows.
But this guy's saying, horse thief, and they're gonna shoot the horse.
Yep.
Dickheads. The chase takes you deep into the heart of the Varettian hills. Soon the highway dips and twists, plunging into the valleys and hollows carved by fast-flowing streams, and climbing through the dense woodland that clings precariously to every precipice and crag. You often lose sight of the riders, but your basic Kai skills of tracking and hunting enable you to follow their trail with ease. Nice, those old Kai disciplines coming in clutch.
I like that.
It is not until you reach a tiny village perched on the edge of the tree-lined crag that their trail becomes indistinct. However, you notice that at the far side of the village, a stony hill track branches from the main highway and ascends into the trees. If you've got pathmanship, which we don't have, that's 117. If you continue along the highway, 143. If you wish to follow the hill track, 241.
Probably the hill track, I'd imagine, right?
Okay.
Near the crest of the hill, there's a small hut built close to the track. Outside on the porch sits an old woman who is peeling fruit with a wooden knife. She smiles a gape-toothed smile and bids you welcome as you bring your horse to a halt. If you wish to ask her if she's seen any riders pass her home, turn to that page. If you decide to ignore her, go to that page. I guess let's ask the lady. She seems nice.
I'm passing by here, she says, her voice heavy with a Highland accent. Drink your top of Brie, Kenley, and Mourning on that. You sense that the old woman is telling the truth. The riders have not come this way, and the track leads nowhere. It's a dead end. You thank her and bid her farewell before turning around and descending the track. Oh, that could have been a waste of time.
Wow. Shit. As you reach the junction with the highway, you see the riders emerging in a single file behind a derelict cottage. They draw themselves into a circle in the middle of the village. And although they are out of earshot, you could tell by their movements and frantic gestures that they are having a heated argument. Suddenly, the circle breaks and they ride towards you with Cyrus, still unconscious, in tow of the last rider. You urge your horse off along the track and take cover among the dense trees. If you have the bow and wish to ambush them as they ride past your hiding place, go there. If you wish to attack the last rider and try to recapture Cyrus, go there. If you decide to let them pass and then follow them, go there.
We're going to test drive this Silver Bow. Yeah, we're test driving this Silver Bow, for sure. Your ambush catches the enemy by surprise, making them panic and fly in all directions. At such close range, your arrow pierces the chainmail chest of the rider holding Cyrus' horse and kills him instantly. So we're down to 4 arrows. As he tumbles to the ground, you break cover, exploding through the bushes and scooping the reins from the dead man's horse. Angry shouts echo in your wake as you take off along the highway with the wizard and his horse by your side.
Your immediate peril stops you to dwelling too much on the reason why these riders should try to abduct Cyrus. However, it does occur to you that he is neither wealthy nor powerful, so a poor prospect for a rich ransom. It looks like the same dude that is that the dude that we shot in the fucking...
I think so. Probably revenge.
In the tavern, yeah.
Probably wants to get his own back.
As you reach the bottom of the wood crag, a stone church and a graveyard loom into view at a point where the highway turns sharply to the west. Blocking the road on a charger, as black as midnight, sits a scar-faced young man. His eyes, set in white and disfigured face, burn with a cold, dark glow. You recognize him immediately. It is Rorak, the lordling you defeated at the Barrel Bridge Tavern. If you possess a silver brooch, go there. If you do not have this special item, go there.
Oh, shit. It's not a good sign.
Already out of special item.
Suddenly, the riders appear and spread out in a semicircle to surround you. What was his name? We have a debt to settle, Northlander, hisses Rourke, his lips drawn back from his teeth in a contemptuous sneer. I demand payment in full. Madness flashes in his glaring eyes as he removes an amulet from around his neck and holds it high in the air. Come, come, Tekazin, I summon thee. From the pit of eternal pain, I summon thee. The skin on your arms and neck prickles with dread at the sound of Rourke's terrible invocation, and you cast your eyes around you for an escape route. Only the churchyard offers a way past Rourke and his men, but as you spur your horse through the stone gateway, you are suddenly frozen with terror by what you see before you. Shit, it's a ghost. A ghost.
Above the church, a whirlpool of darkness is taking form, casting a tomb-like chill on everything beneath. Frost crystallizes on the grass and flowers like a terrible sound, and a terrible sound fills the air as the earth begins to shake. Cracks appear in the ground beneath you, and suddenly a score of fleshless hands burst through the frozen soil to grab your horse. Shrieking with terror, it rears up and you are thrown into the waiting arms of the walking dead. Dun dun dun. Due to the surprise of the attack, deduct 2 from your combat skill for the first 2 rounds of combat, unless you have the Magnakai discipline of Hunt Mastery, which we do. The undead are immune to Side Surge and Mind Blast. Also, unless you possess the Magnakai discipline of Nexus, you must deduct 2 endurance points for every round of combat you fight due to the intense cold.
Okay. Also, we've got the Summer Sword, so we can double endurance point losses of the enemy.
Nice.
Look at this
because
picture.
they're undead.
This prick coming out. This guy's got some hair still. He hasn't decayed that much. This guy doesn't have any hair.
I like how we can see the eyes, even though they're tiny. They didn't decay or anything. They just got tinier.
All right, let's get Summer Swording on these guys. And we got the dagger as well. Not that we're going to use it. We're using the Summer Sword.
So many bonuses.
Well, it's got to be a kill. 18, double 18, I think we do it. Yep. We'll take 2 damage from the cold, but that's fine. One-shotted him.
Yeah, we'll heal that pretty quickly.
As you destroy the last of the fleshless skeletons, you you see that the struggle has spread beyond the walls of the churchyard. From the depths of an open crypt, a shambling mass of zombies are hurling themselves at the riders, tearing the terrified warriors from their saddles. Rourke's summonation has gone horribly out of control. No living creature is safe from the terror he has unleashed. The lordling turns and gallops away in blind panic, leaving his followers to their grisly deaths. As he disappears, the swirling funnel of darkness slowly fades, and the undead stagger and fall, crumbling into dust, which is carried away on the evening breeze. You rush to the aid of the old magician, who lies, mortally wounded, pinned beneath the body of his dead horse. As you cradle his head in your hands, his eyes flicker and open and he forces a whisper from his blood-flecked lips. Brass. Street. If you had Magnetite discipline of curing, turn to 216.
You concentrate all your powers of curing, transmitting the warmth created by your Magnakai skill through your hands into the shattered body of the magician. His frail shoulders tremble as he forces himself to whisper once more. Brass Street. Varetta. Find Gwenian, the sage. He will help you on your quest.
A trickle of blood seeps from the corner of the old man's mouth as his eyes flicker and close. He is dead. Bury him in the graveyard of the church where he fell, and say a silent prayer to the spirits of the Kai to watch over him on his final journey. A sadness fills your heart, and you take one last look at the oaken staff that marks his grave before setting off on the highway to Varetta. Also, you manage to stab him in the head to make sure he does not revive as a walker. You know, that zombie spell is still going on. That zombie spell is still active. Yeah. Because if we're burying him in the courtyard, in the graveyard where he was just attacked, there's a spell there that's reviving all the dead people. So, we gotta stab him in the head.
This begs the question, if you were to die in a graveyard, would you want to be buried in that same graveyard?
I mean, it's efficient.
It is nearly dark when you catch sight of a tavern on the road ahead. 2 guttering torches set into rusty brackets illuminate a sign nailed above the door. The Halfway Inn. You recognize the name of the tavern that Cyrus spoke this morning. It grieves you that he is not here to accompany you. Distant thunder runs through the hills as you stable your horse and enter the welcoming warmth of the tap room. The tavern is alive with the chatter of merchants, the clink of glasses, and the crackle of a blazing fire. The center room is dominated by a small stage, which a conjurer is performing his tricks to the delight of the customers. If you wish to stand and watch a conjurer, go there. If you wish to inquire about a room for a night, go there.
Alright,
let's watch the conjurer, I say.
Well, before that, we're at the halfway in, and this is a perfect time for us to end the episode because we're at the 1 hour mark. So, this decision will be taken next time, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And in the next episode, we'll decide if we're going to be entertained or just go to bed.
Bye-bye.